let us see for horizontal stretch or compress. So when we use horizontal stretch or compress, this is when you have y equal to f and c is multiplied inside your function. Okay, so you can see that this c here is attached to your x. Whenever you see this, you know that something will happen horizontally because it directly involves your x-axis. So what is the calculation later on we should do is we need to multiply our x coordinate with 1 over c. Okay, so what happened to your c? This is the totally opposite of the vertical stretch or compress. In vertical stretch or compress, when c is more than 1, this is stretch. However, here, when c is more than 1, this is compress. Okay, and for vertically, c between 0 and 1, this is compress. However, for c between 0 and 1 and horizontally, this is stretch. So please remember later on when we want to do our calculation, multiply our x coordinate with 1 over c. So it's not c, it is x coordinate multiply 1 over c. Now let us see this example here. Y equal to, in bracket is 2x to the power of 2. So you can see that 2 here is multiplied inside your x, meaning that this is stretch or compress horizontally. Okay, so in order to know whether this is stretch or compress, what we should do is we need to find out the c. So let us see here, our c now is equal to 2. So since 2 is more than 1, meaning that this will be compressed, so horizontally compress. Okay, so what you will do later on, we need to multiply our x coordinate with 1 over c. So our x coordinate, we need to multiply by 1 over 2. So let us check. Where is our basic graph? This is it, a smiley graph. So now let's take the x coordinate and multiply half. So let's take the x coordinate and let's multiply it by 1 over 2. So 0, 0, when you multiply by 1 over 2, this is the same, 0, 0. So let's take this x coordinate right now and multiply it by half. So 1 multiplied half is half. So this will be here, half 1, and then let's take the x coordinate here, minus 1, multiply by half, so this will become negative half 1. So now let's connect all of these dots here. So this is your new graph, and you can see that this graph here is compressed horizontally by a factor of 1 over 2. So let me write the graph. Y is equal to 2x to the power of 2. Now let's see the next example. Y equal to half x to the power of 2. So you can see that this half here is multiplied inside the function attached to our x. So we know this is stretch or compress horizontally. So let's write the value of your c. Your c is equal to half, meaning that this is between 0 and 1. So this will be stretch horizontally. Okay, so what we'll do later on, we want to multiply our x coordinate with 1 over c. So what is 1 over c? 1 over c is equal to 2. This is what we want to do. Later on, we want to take our x coordinate and multiply it with 2. So now let's focus here on the basic graph, the black line here. Then we want to take the x coordinate and we want to multiply it by 2. So 0 times 2, this will become the same, 0, 0. And then 1, 1, you multiply x coordinate with 2, this will becomes 2, 1. And then minus 1, 1, when you multiply it by 2, this will becomes minus 2, 1. So now let's connect the dots. So this is the new graph, y equal to half x to the power of 2. And then you can see that this graph here is stretched horizontally. Now let's see the next example with the basic function of y equal to square root of x. Okay, so let us see the first question, y equal to 2 square root of x. So you can see that this 2 here is multiplied outside. So if this is multiplied outside, this will involve the calculation of vertically. So whether this is stretched or compressed, this will depend on your C. So now C is equal to 2. So 2 is more than 1, meaning that in this case, this is vertically stretched. So what you want to do is, you want to take the y coordinate, you want to multiply by C, which is multiplying by 2. So let's do this calculation here from your basic graph, which is 0, 0, and the point of 4, 2. Now we want to take the y coordinate, multiply by 2. So 0, 0, when you multiply by 2, this is still 0, 0. And then for 2, let's take the y coordinate, multiply it by 2. So this will becomes 4, 4. So let's connect the points. So this is your new graph of y equal to 2 square root of x. Now let's see another one here, y equal to half multiplied to your square root of x. So you can see that this half here is multiplied outside of the function, meaning that a vertically stretch or compress will happen. It will depend on our C. So now let's see, the C value is half, meaning that this is between 0 and 1. So what will happen is we will compress it vertically. So what we will do is our y coordinate, we will multiply by half. So let's take this, the y coordinate 0, this will still be 0, 0. And then let's see the y coordinate here, the basic graph, let's multiply it by half. So this will become 4, 1. So let's connect the dot. So this is your graph of y equal to half square root of x. Now let's discuss this example here. The first one is y equal to square root of 2x. Okay, so the basic graph is y equal to square root of x. So this is your graph. And then now you have multiplied 2 inside the function. So when you multiply 2 inside the function, meaning that something will happen horizontally. Okay, so whether it is compressed or stretched, we don't know yet. This will be depending on your C. So now your C is equal to 2. So when your C is equal to 2, 2 is more than 1, meaning that this will be compressed. So if this is compressed horizontally, what you want to do is, we want to take x coordinate, multiply 1 over C. So take the x coordinate, multiply 1 over 2. So let's see what's happening here. You have 0, 0. So let's take the x coordinate here, 0 multiplied by half. So this is still 0, 0. Next, for 2, let's take this x coordinate here and multiply by 1 over 2. So 4 multiplied by 1 over 2, it is 2, 2. So let me draw 2, 2 is somewhere here. And then let's connect the points. So this is the new graph for y equal to square root of 2x. Now let's see another question here, y equal to square root of half x. So now something is multiplied inside the function attached to your x. So you know something will happen horizontally. So whether this is stretched or compressed, this is depending on your C. So now your C is equal to 1 over 2. This C here is between 0 and 1, meaning that this is stretch. So we are doing horizontally stretch. What we will do is take our x coordinate, multiply by 1 over C. So 1 over C is 2. So let's take our x coordinate and multiply by 2. So let's see the first one. 0, 0, the first point. When you multiply x coordinate with 2, this is still 0, 0. And then let's look at this point here for 2. Let's take the x coordinate and multiply by 2. So 4 times 2 is 8, right? So let me draw this here. This is 8, 2. Okay, your y coordinate doesn't change. This is still 2. So this is the point of 8, 2. So now let's connect these 2 points here. So this is your new graph for y equal to square root of 1 over 2x.